Okay guys, we're back today with another video. However, instead of doing a vlog today, we're going to be doing a tutorial.
So we're going to be talking about couple sessions and just a few tips that we have about couple sessions. These are mostly for photographers and just one that is for the actual couple.
We are going to be talking through some different ways in which we make our client sessions go really well. And then we're going to be showing you guys some live on location clips that we took earlier this year from our friend's engagement session. So look forward to that at the end.
Number 1 of 6 is it's your job as a photographer to make people feel comfortable. Okay, you can't expect the couple to show up and they're just gonna be perfectly capable and comfortable in front of the camera. It is completely your job to be maybe more outgoing if you need to be, a little bit more talkative, asking questions, the directing. All this needs to be on you because obviously you're the one working, you're the one with the job, they're the one paying you. So that's on you. Make them feel comfortable.
And I will say this is that I'm not a super naturally like outgoing, talkative, chatty person. However, during the course of me being a photographer, that has been something that I've had to learn and have. It's a skill. It's something that you have learned to develop.
Yeah.
And it does help for me personally to just make sure that I'm spending enough time ahead of the session, preparing to go to the session. I'm not rushing from like one thing to another. I'm mentally preparing. I'm making sure all my camera stuff is ready. All the stuff beforehand that really helps to make you mentally prepared. My second tip, and this goes right along with making your client feel comfortable, is giving your clients a little disclaimer before you start the session. So something I do before I even bring out my camera and start taking photos is I will talk with them for 5 to 10 minutes and just kind of explain the process of what we're about to do. We're going to walk through kind of some of the different shots that I'm wanting to do. I really explain to them that they don't need to feel uncomfortable and that if they do in the first like 5 to 10 minutes, that's really normal. Usually those photos aren't going to be the best of the best. And I just assure them that they will warm up. It may feel unnatural and just let them know that that's okay if they feel like that and that it's not, they don't need to feel like they're perfectly comfortable in front of us right away.
Okay, so number 3 is once you've kind of given that disclaimer and you're moving into taking the photos, Victoria especially has kind of shown me how to do this well, is we will start with we'll start with one element, but we'll do 3 different types of photos. So the first element is start far away. So starting far away, you're kind of capturing the landscape and you're giving the couple time to get comfortable with each other, comfortable with you. You're not right in their face. So once you've kind of done these photos where you're just maybe getting more of the landscape, you're getting them in the landscape, then we move up. That's far away, we move to the middle. So like a center ground will be just kind of your generic, more so photo where you're...
Like they'd be probably from like where we are, like in relation where we are to the camera. Like you can see, maybe they're just their torsos. You're not as like, you can't see their legs maybe.
You're not right up in their face yet. Like they're still, like they're getting comfortable, some more so now. And then after that, we'll move straight up close. So that's maybe you're doing some more intimate shots. They're kissing, they're embracing, they're really close. Like the camera could be right here in their face. Like that is when we're moving from the stage of like far to a centered and then up close. And by the time you get to those up close, you're probably getting better photos because they're okay with what you're doing. They're okay with who you are and they're getting more comfortable. Like obviously they are a couple, they're together, but they are getting comfortable together in front of the camera.
You have to remember that like most couples don't have professional photos taken. Most couples, the only photos they have together are selfies on their iPhone or photos that they've just asked a friend to take. So it is gonna feel weird to have a like big camera clicking all the time that you can hear it clicking.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
It can be very intimidating. Okay, so the 4th tip is to use positive reinforcement. If you are taking photos and something's not going exactly as you planned, maybe the pose isn't looking very natural, don't just say, oh, that looks bad. Or don't just be like taking photos and don't say anything at all. Really try to, if it does look good, say, oh yeah, that's looking great guys, you're doing good, whatever. But if it's looking bad, maybe just instead say, oh, hey, let's try doing this pose. Or can you guys just adjust?
You don't ever have to tell them it's bad. Just say, let's do something new.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean, also like sometimes something may look bad in person, but later it does look good. So I never like to say, oh, that's a bad shot.
You're professionally there taking photos.
Exactly.
You never want to make them feel like they're doing something wrong because it'll put them out of the mood, most likely, of taking photos.
Another tip is if you can see, like this is kind of goes along with something, when something is looking good, this is a way of positive reinforcing someone. If something is looking good, you can also show them directly on the camera screen, flip it around and say, oh, look at it, this is what's like what you guys are looking like. That can really help someone to be like, oh, this is actually like an okay pose. I can see what I'm doing and it's actually looking decent. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the 5th tip and then Levi is gonna talk about the client tip, which is our bonus tip or tip number 6.
Bonus.
So this method I learned from some photographer educators, Athena and Cameron. I'll link their website down below because I did learn it directly from them. And it is focusing on 3 main elements of shooting. So the 3 elements that I would focus on during a couple session is going to be connection, movement, and intimacy. So with connection, you're focusing on the couple's story, you're focusing on the couple interacting with one another. So maybe they're laughing together, they're looking at one another, they're smiling. It's those more connective moments. The second one is going to be movement. So it's going to be them doing something, whether that's walking together, maybe that's spinning around, something that's moving them and is giving some life to the photos. And then the third thing would be intimacy. So that's going to be the kissing photos up close, staring into each other's eyes. And that's also kind of the timeline that I like to structure the session with. So I'll start with connection photos where I may be talking to the couple, asking them questions about how they met, more of just getting to know each other as well as maybe getting them to talk with one another. For movement, I'm going to be getting them to play around, to walk around, do some like different posing where they're moving. And then the third one is when we're going to be really still. I'm going to probably be really close up with the camera, and those are going to be more intimate poses.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you were telling me about this, and it's that whole process is in order to get authentic photos.
Yeah,
because there are photographers out there who will be very posed and like, I need you here and structure your arm this way, and that's great. You can get great photos that way, but this is also then pushing towards more authentic feel, where the photos you're getting, they're not fake, they're not falsified. They are true emotion, they're true movement, they're true connection, and that's kind of gonna create this better looking photo, one that people maybe even connect to in a more emotional way.
Exactly.
And like can see the connection that a couple has.
I would say that a good photographer is someone who's able to direct and not necessarily just put someone in a pose. When you're starting, you're definitely going to be just focusing on getting someone into a pose. But as you are moving along as a photographer, you're focusing on directing and you're seeing the genuine emotion that's happening and maybe just giving direction of, oh, as you guys are doing that, put your arm there. We could go in for lots about posing. Maybe that, I feel like that's kind of a separate video, but that's a little just intro to posing, I guess. Okay, last tip from Lee.
And the last tip is, this is for couples, but also for photographers.
Bonus tip.
There needs to be an understanding, and you might be needing to explain this to the couples as a photographer, that maybe you say go on a date the day of or the day before, but you guys should be going to the session on a good standing. The couple should be having fun, in love that day, because it makes a big, big difference when people are bickering and not having fun. And maybe they fought the moment before they stepped out of the car before your session, because that will completely change the dynamic, the way they pose, the way you pose them, how that all happens.
I will say too that even if maybe the photographer is able to still make those photos look beautiful and you still look happy, but still in your brain, every time you see those photos, you're gonna think of that fight. You're gonna be brought back to those angry emotions, and that's not something that you want to remember your engagement photos from, or this photo that you invested money into, and then all you remember is the anger or the bitterness or whatever it was that you guys were fighting about.
So it pays to be like, it's not just picking out an outfit, it's not just picking a day at a time, it also pays that you are ready to be there, and the photographer has kind of specified that, and if you are the photographer, letting couples know it's valuable to be there on good terms with each other.
Yeah, it's not just about preparing how you look, it's also about preparing your relationship.
Your life.
Yeah, your love for one another.
Anyways, thank you for watching this video. That is 5 plus a bonus tip.
Yeah, so we are going to now roll some footage of a real life engagement session, so stay tuned for that. Okay, today we're shooting in Vancouver. I'm using my Canon 5D Mark IV with my Sigma 35 1.4. And then for fun today, I'm using my Instax as well as my little Olympus point and shoot film, just to have a mixture of different images. We are right downtown and we're gonna do a mixture of like cityscape poses today as well as some coffee shop stuff. Our direction of what to do. I don't want you to like bounce back. Yeah. I want you to split. Just like that. Yeah, that's perfect. And then for this one, it's going to be a little bit more like moody. Moody. Yeah, perfect. So up at the RBC side.
Oh.
You're walking towards me. I want you guys to try to hip up each other.
Like while we're holding hands?
While you're holding hands, you're going to like walk towards me and hip up.
Like, do you want it to be like dramatic?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Kind of like laughing. You guys talk about it. Yeah, it's your time. And dramatic.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so.
What's up, fam? Here we are, rooftop, Seymour building. Seymour. You want to see more? That's right, Seymour.
Okay.
Let's go. We're here, Jess, Vic, Levi.
Beautiful. Okay. Do the white strips work?
Yeah, your teeth are bumping.
Pearly whites, baby.
Pearly
Okay,
white.
next location. And just holding hands, side by side, perfect. And then okay, one I'm gonna do one from farther away so I can see your faces now. This one great. Intimate ones here. So for guys, right there. Okay. So for this call, I'm gonna get you for your hand right under this hair here. And I don't ever want you to like pull your hands through, but you can kind of like play with your hair a little bit. Perfect. And then just for your other hand around her, either like you can hold her up like under her waist, under her arm. On the waist, yeah.
You want my
Actually, no, I'll just use just hold your hand like under her hair. While you keep your hand there and just so you guys look into each other's eyes.
Oh,
And you
sorry.
guys can put your faces a little bit closer together, yeah. And I want you guys to each look opposite directions like we did before. So, like, yeah. I'm trying to model it with you.
Behind the scenes.
No.
Okay, I'll model.
I want you guys to like go like this and then bring your guys' hands apart from each other.
Let her, like in Titanic when she lets go of Jack. And
And then slowly let go of each other. Near. Perfect. And then I want you guys to both stare directly at the camera right here, face forward, like towards me. Yeah, perfect. This is your moody Vancouver shot. Stand here. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, guys. Okay, we just finished the last portion of our session in Gastown.
They're killing me.
We went to some coffee shops, we walked around, found some alleyways, and we're gonna go one last location to some fall leaf. And then go up a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. And then I'm gonna get you guys to hold your hands flat. And then I'm gonna get you. And then you're gonna slowly pull them away like what you do. Perfect. Do a little game with you guys. So I want you guys to stand facing towards each other, holding your hands out. Okay. Nice and close, a little bit closer. Yeah, like you love each other. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so with this game, it's going to be testing your guys' relationship.
I lose.
So what I want you guys to do is say the same thing on screen. So we'll start with a color. I want you guys not to communicate beforehand. Look into each other's eyes, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you guys are going to say a color. Okay?
Okay,
I'll give you a few
I know what
tries
you're
if you
thinking.
don't get it right.
Okay,
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Sage. No, I knew. I thought of blue first, and then I.
We just wrapped our session, finished the entire engagement photos. What's so funny?
Paul in the background.
I didn't know.
We spent like, it's 1 o'clock.
few hours.
Yeah, quite a while.
Yep, taken a lot of different photos, we got a lot of different looks, and I'm excited to show you guys them all.
What do you think?
Experience was 10 out of 10. Wilder Heart. Oh, sorry. These
Levi
two
and
are great.
Victoria.
We love them. We had so much fun. Jess, right? How much fun did we have today?
Oh, we had so much fun. Levi and Victoria know how to make two camera shy people feel very comfortable.
You guys are camera shy?
I think we are.
No way.
2 thumbs up. Hold up a thumb.
Nice.
We hope you guys enjoyed that behind the scenes look at a real life engagement session that was so fun that we did in Vancouver. I'll link the blog post to that below. But that's all we have for you guys today.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas video.
Bye.